Should services be allowed to censor movies and television and sell it for a profit, perhaps? Many companies that make these shows, such as, let's say, Game of Thrones, movies made by Disney, Warner Brothers, etc., are going against this. But this one company is working to censor them all in a new way. It's called VidAngel, and this is not a new project, but they've kind of pivoted how they're going to do this. So what happened in the past is VidAngel would buy up Blu-rays and DVDs and censor certain scenes out, let's say for sexuality or violence or profanity or drug use or whatever, and then resell these to whoever wants to buy them, I guess for their kids or their very sensitive adult friends. And now, I mean, they've been sued.
Yes.
And Disney has said you can't do this.
There's an injunction now in the 9th court.
So they're hoping to do a new way about doing this, which is to censor things that stream, like on Netflix.
Yes.
And the way
they're
they
entering
would,
the matrix to mess with our movies.
I mean,
nope.
basically, yeah.
I mean, that's how I envision it.
The way that they want to do it now is that they would be able to work as like an agent between you and Netflix. So Netflix would be streaming to them. They would do something and then stream it to you. Netflix would still hold the codecs. Apparently, this is different than what they were doing before. However, I'm not an attorney. I don't see how.
And the crazy thing is too, they're talking about the software, even originally in the original VidAngel things, is they were decoding these DVDs that Disney, as you can imagine, has all the crazy software to make sure you cannot do this. So just by means of actually being able to offer this product for resale, which is also illegal, they were decrypting and altering the footage, which is also illegal. So like,
yes, they were sued under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. And if there was ever a fair use of that, I would say this is it.
Yes.
Because at the end, you are changing art. By censoring it, you are ultimately shifting what it's saying, what it means, what the creators intended to show in them. I mean, I'm not a parent. But my solution would be don't show these to my kids to begin with if I have a problem with it.
And absolutely, and it's the artist perspective trying to convey a story, whether you're a director or a painter or whatever. I think we all remember that episode of Parks and Rec where Leslie becomes the centaur goddess, so good. And that if the art is offensive to you, art is supposed to elicit a reaction. So if it offends you, that may be unfortunate, but that is part of what they're trying to do is get a reaction. So, but if you know, I don't want to see such things. Well, don't spend your money.
I want all the naked scenes cut out of Game of Thrones. And the violence.
It's like a short film.
And the swearing.
I was gonna say. So it's the title. It's that animated title sequence.
Animated thing.
But maybe the fire and the spikes are too much.
And then it has Arya going, and then it cuts to credits.
And it cuts to credits, and you're like, good. It's good. I see what he did there.
This is pretty much what Seth Rogen was railing against from Sony. They're also a competing group that is doing a similar project to censor certain scenes out of movies and television. And it's a big industry, actually. VidAngel has a lot of customers. Previously, they have skewed towards conservative Christian audiences. Now they're actually reframing it to skew toward I would say the more younger millennial type, maybe more of a progressive audience, because what they're doing is saying, well, many people have triggers, which is ironically something that ultra conservatives make fun of a lot.
Yeah, that they
so
don't
you can
quite
cut
believe
these
in.
Out, and also it points out to gender inequity. From nudity and what have you. So this is another attempt for them to say that, hey, this is for everyone. But I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think everyone has a dangerous trigger. I don't think
that's why there's warnings.
Is on board with
that's why there's the Motion Picture Association of America is to give us those ratings, and then it describes why, so you can better, steer your viewing and stuff.
I know we have like television recuts of movies, like
because of
profanity or whatever.
Because anyone can turn on any
advertisers.
channel, but when it's a streaming service, you can lock. Netflix has a children's section that is already pre-screened as far as what content's allowed. HBO has adult password controls. There's all these services already provide this to their consumers.
I know. I think if I were a kid who I wanted to see the original explicit version,
Yeah.
I would find a way to do it.
Because it's also on the internet. So I feel like it is a brilliant way to prey upon people's fears of exposing their children to art that could be damaging. And for this company, they have made millions upon millions of dollars.
If that's what you want, if you want to protect your children, do it. But I don't think this is the way to do it.
No, not by fostering and paying millions of dollars to a company that is violating the copyright rights.
I think it's just offensive to art.
It is. It is.
I want it the way it was intended to be made.
Slippery slopes are normally a joke, especially when people refer to them in gay marriage or whatever. But like, as far as slippery slopes go, this might actually be a situation in which slippery slope. Because what does that mean? They can start editing them. A theater can edit the movie before they show it in a theater. So when you go and you're like,
maybe.
Makes you think.
I don't necessarily agree with that myself, but I do think that this is not the right way to do it. Audience, would you ever see a need to have a censored version of a movie or television show? Would you use VidAngel? Please let us know why, and please like and subscribe for more.